Hello, welcome to Toffee TV. It is the starting 11 show. Everton play Manchester City away from home on Saturday afternoon. Hooray. Let's jump straight into it. In goal, Jordan Pickford. He's Everton's number one. I think he's been, not at his best the past couple of games, certainly against Bournemouth before the break. And, he's been facing a lot of shots. The numbers prove that. We've been under pressure, and I think he's going to face a lot of chances this game. Man City have a lot of the ball and they're constantly on the attack. So for him, he's got to be at his best. In the last two games at Etihad, I think we've conceded 8 goals. So if we can go out, and I think a lot of people have got this down as a Man City win, or I've wrote this game off. And I think if we can go there and just concede as little as possible, the club have pretty much already admitted that we're in a relegation fight. So we're not scoring any goals, or a lot of goals, so we need to concede as less as possible, and we concede far too many goals in Etihad, certainly in the last couple of games. So if we can go there and keep the score down, or even try and get a point, then that would be, a Christmas miracle in my opinion. But we need to go and be as tight as possible. So Jordan Pickford has to be on it this game. My full backs or wing backs, I've got Patterson and Mykolenko. I expect these to get, improve a lot. To be honest, I think Mykolenko just has to start getting forward more. I don't know how many times on Boxing Day I was screaming at him to run into the space, whether he's been told to stay back or whether it's just his confidence, I don't know. But we've not been producing out wide enough. We've not been creating anything from out wide, to be honest. So Patterson and Mykolenko both need to do more. They need to get higher at the pitch. I think with Patterson on Boxing Day especially, I've noticed he's the only really ones with intensity going forward. He wants to get the ball, give and go, make runs. He wants to try and make things happen, but he just has to take care of the ball a bit more. And for Mykolenko, he just needs a bit more confidence in getting forward, and needs to produce more, because it's great having a full back who can defend, but when you're not got players, certainly out wide, who are producing, they need your full backs to chip in as well. My centre backs, I've got Connor Cody, Tarkowski, and I've also got Ben Godfrey. I've gone for a back five today. I think with the likes of, the pace they've got and skill with Mahrez and Foden and Grealish, and then obviously Haaland up front. He's just big pace, power. I think you have Godfrey. Sorry, you try and keep it a bit more tight and compact. You've got Godfrey's recovery, pace and power, which is probably the closest thing we can try and match to Haaland, because he is a specimen. Let's be honest. So I think putting Godfrey in there with his pace might let us get higher up the pitch. We can get them on the counter attack, and then we've got Godfrey to run in behind, because I think Haaland would leave Cody and Tarkowski for dead in a one-on-one race, to be honest. Midfield, I've got Idrissa Gana Gueye, Onana and Iwobi. I've left them 3 in there because there's no one else, let's be honest. There's no one pushing through. James Garner, I think, still out with his back injury. Decore's been coming on and has been poor, to be honest. So I've gone for them 3. I think, Idrissa Gana Gueye was completely fine against Wolves. I thought he had a good game. He was creating, getting forward. He got clattered a few times as well. I don't really know why I took him off, to be honest. Onana and Iwobi was both poor. Thought Iwobi's been good all season, but I think if you're relying on someone to create chances, he's our only player, so it'd be, I think, a bit daft to take him out of the team. Onana's been poor as well, to be honest. I think he needs to find his form again. And I think one game he had, which everyone keeps saying, is when he played in the double pivot, and I would have gone with that today, but I've gone for the back 5, so Godfrey can step into the midfield, and so that be that cover of the other defenders with Gana Gueye. So I don't think they need to have a double pivot in front of a back 5. And to be honest, playing that back 5 and with Godfrey and with the recovery pace, if we can get higher at the pitch, and it allows you to get players forward, so we can get Onana right higher at the pitch, and they will be higher at the pitch as well, and then we might have a chance of actually scoring some goals, because our watchers against Wolves, we're not committing players forward, we're not getting players in the middle. So you get the ball out wide, and especially against Wolves, Maupay was far too deep, and he was the only player in the middle. So if we can get Onana, we will be higher at the pitch, then we might have a better chance of scoring. And I think as well, at the start of the season, or certainly when Onana came into the side, we had him on the right and he will be on the left, and it worked really well. If you look at games against West Ham and in a derby especially, it worked really well. And then I think it was Newcastle away, he switched them, and he had Iwobi on the right and Onana on the left. And I think he's been doing that ever since. We did it. We've done it against Leicester. We've done it against Wolves, and it's just not worked. Onana hasn't looked the same at all, and I don't think Iwobi's produced like he did in those games as well. So I'd like to see him do that. Switch those over again. I'm not sure why I did it in the first place, to be honest. And then up front, I've got Demarai Gray and Maupay. I think Maupay just isn't a lone striker. He doesn't make runs. He doesn't play on the shoulder. He's not quick enough. Certainly isn't smart enough, in my opinion. And he can't hold the ball up at all. So we can get someone close to him, like Demarai Gray, who's got, the pace he has. If we can get him on the shoulder and play, a long ball on the counter attack. We saw what he did against teams like Nottingham Forest. One ball over the top, touch and finish. So more bodies in the middle, more men trying to play with each other instead of having Maupay, 30 miles from anyone else. And then if you do get the ball out wide, if you can get Patterson and Mikalenko high enough up the pitch, then you've got Gray, Maupay. Onana can be getting in there. I know he's not the best of headers, but he's a big body. He's someone to occupy defenders. Iwobi can get in there. And you've still got plenty of players, covering at the back. You've got Godfrey with his pace, Idrissa Gana Gueye. So I don't see why we can't, nick something from this game. But we watch us try and break teams like Wolves down, who've been shocking. And the way we've been playing this 4-3-3 or 4-1-4-1, it's just not good enough. Gordon doesn't deserve to be in that starting lineup again. I don't think McNeil does. I thought McNeil was shocking against Wolves. And play with one striker up front. If it's not Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who can hold the ball up and let other players get close to him, and allow players to have time to get up the pitch, then it's useless playing one up front because Maupay can't do any of that. And he was basically not even point in playing him against Wolves. So if you're going to play him this game, I'd start him next to Gray, bit of pace, someone to play with. There's been some shouts for Tom Cannon to come into the side. And to be honest, I just don't think he's ready. He's 20 years of age with a few minutes of Premier League football, and players younger than him or the same age are miles ahead of him. I think in terms of his character development or player development, we shouldn't be putting all this pressure on him, or pressure to come into a side which is battling relegation and isn't scoring goals. I think that could really damage him. And I just don't think a lot of people have actually watched him play, or have watched him play in the under-21s, which is a massive drop-off level from the Premier League. So if you can go out and get himself a loan in League One or the Championship, bulk up a bit, score goals against some decent teams, then who knows, you might get a look at next season or the season after. But it's far too early to be putting pressure on a kid. And to be honest, and I know some people have said, well, this is a write-off anyway, so it might be a good chance to give him some minutes, see what he can do against some world-class players at Manchester City. But if you're going to have any chance of staying up, then we have to believe that we can nick points in any games, in my opinion. And I just think, even as bad as Maupay is, maybe Maupay is just ahead of him because he has scored Premier League goals. And if you can find a way to get those goals back into Maupay's game, whether it's because he plays with players around him or plays a certain type of football, like he did at Brighton, then I think we should do that, because we've got no hopes of staying up otherwise at this moment with this squad. So, yeah, but anyway, we're going into January after this game. I know we'll play Brighton after the bank holiday, and I don't think we'll have anyone signed by then anyway. But looking at that Southampton game on the 14th, hopefully we'll be sat here naming some new players on the team sheet. So there you go. Let me know what you think of my team. Let me know who you would play against Manchester City. Would you start Tom Cannon? Would you not? The manager has said Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be in the squad, so whether he'll get some minutes or not, I don't know. I wouldn't be starting him in this game because, like I've said, it's pretty much a write-off. And why would you risk someone who's so injury-prone at the moment, and he's probably not back to full fitness anyway? So I wouldn't be starting Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Tom Cannon. So let me know if you would. If you want more videos, including live daily video, join us on Toffee TV Premier. There will be a QR code on the screen in a moment, or there's a link in the description. Thanks for watching. See you later.